I am Phil McKenzie, and I'm the visiting instructor of oboe at the University of North Dakota. I grew up nearby in Crookston, Minnesota, and attended the University of North Dakota for my music degree. And then I got a master's degree at Michigan State University. After that, I went on to play in the Wind Orchestra of the Americas and ended up at the Virginia Symphony and played there for several years before going back to graduate school in business. So during that time, I had a ton of opportunity to play all the standard musical repertoire with the symphony orchestra, with the pop orchestra, and with opera orchestras, and a ton of chamber music as well. It was a great experience, and I did a ton of playing during those years after I graduated from here and from Michigan State University. School music is what got me into playing the oboe. As a fifth grader, I started on the clarinet, and I had an older sister who went off to music school. She came back after her first semester from school and told my band director that there were too many clarinet players and we should try the oboe. And so, as a sixth grader, I started playing the oboe, thanks to my sister. And here we are many, many years later, and I'm still doing it. I remember I was probably a sophomore in high school, and there were a few of us music types, band types, that really liked playing, and we took private lessons, and it was important to us. And the Minnesota Orchestra came to our high school gymnasium, and I remember two of the pieces that they played. One was the Firebird Suite by Igor Stravinsky, and in there's this beautiful oboe solo in B major. And I was so taken by the color of that instrument. And of course I was playing the oboe at that time, but I just didn't think I could ever do something that sounded so great in an orchestra. But I remember locking into that. And I also remember that they played an encore. And we were sitting up in the bleachers, and at the end of the Firebird Suite, we were pounding, we were like kids at a basketball game, and we were pounding our heels against the bleachers to make noise. I don't think the orchestra was used to hearing that kind of cheers. But they played in the Hall of the Mountain King for their encore. And I still remember people cheering after that as well. So that kind of experience was one of the things that led me into music. Studying with me, I hope, is a pretty positive experience. I think it's a lot better to learn when we build on our strengths and go forward feeling good about picking the oboe up out of the case each and every day. We have reeds that are a challenge. The instrument itself is a challenge. We play music that's probably more difficult than we've played before when we go to the band or perhaps an orchestra or perhaps a chamber music setting, and we have to do it better than we ever played in high school. So we are challenged, and I like to look at the positive side of that challenge. To do that, we cover basics: long tones, producing a great sound, breathing appropriately, playing scales so that we play in tune, that we play evenly, that we've got command of the instrument. And then I like us to work with etudes, with repertoire, and that is for orchestral and large ensembles, and then for things for the solo oboe, or an oboe with a piano, for example, sonatas and concertos. There's plenty to cover over a period of years, and we try to be pretty organized about what we accomplish. When I get to listen to music, and I do it pretty frequently, it tends to be classical or romantic music. I love the big symphonies by Bruckner and Mahler. I love Beethoven symphonies, 6 and 7 and 9, all of the Beethoven symphonies, what can't you not love? And I'm pretty taken by some of the great opera literature. And once you get used to hearing singers, it can be fantastic. So Mozart and Strauss and Verdi operas are some of the best music available. At the university, there are a lot of enthusiastic players that are at your skill level, your age, and the world is your oyster. There's a lot of literature to play, it's available, the music's available, and you can organize many chamber music opportunities. So with a little bit of initiative, a little bit of creativity, maybe some hints from a teacher like me or one of the other faculty members, there are unlimited opportunities for playing in small groups. The University of North Dakota is fortunate in that the music department does have scholarships available. Playing your instrument, even if you're pursuing another major perhaps, you could help underwrite your education by continuing your study and your love of music. Well, thanks for spending a minute with me. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in the University of North Dakota and then you are interested in studying the oboe, let me know. Reach out to me. Hey, we could have a Zoom lesson, or if you're in Grand Forks, perhaps we could cross paths. I'd love to meet you in advance and spend a little time and learn about your interest in the oboe. My contact information is here on this very page, and good luck in your future learning.